Hey everyone, it's 2:49 p.m. on Saturday, April 15th, 2023, the Ides of April, and I'm here with Brian Alexander Peterson, Cleveland fan collector, and riding in one of my favorite cars, a 1991 Buick LeSabre Limited.
It's got 86,000 original miles, working air conditioning. Everything in this car works except the tachometer, which I can
Check it out. Oh, that rendezvous still there from like there. Oh man, this is a real Buick. The rendezvous was just blah.
Yeah, this is a real Buick.
Truth be told, I don't miss that car. The rendezvous just.
Yeah, it would have been more and more problems as the years go by.
But the reason why, the biggest part was it was free.
Well, that always counts for something.
Yeah, I would never buy one.
No.
But
personally, I'd rather have an Aztec, but that's just me.
Hey, to each his own. Brian, look, see now this is not the correct time.
No, I had to disconnect the battery when I replaced the coil pack and the ignition control module, so it reset the clock.
Okay, this is Brian's array of cassette tapes.
This is more in the center console.
Right there, what more Fleetwood Mac, more Pearl Jam. Wow, this is like being back in the 1990s.
Well, this is the same kind of car that my grandparents drove back in the day. You can see a picture of them on the dashboard there.
Right, yeah.
Well, my grandpa drove an 88 Olds 88 Royale. Same exact body style, just an Olds instead of a Buick, which is why I bought this car. Because this reminds me of my grandpa's car.
This is like a step up. This is more premium.
This is more of a... Well, Buick styling is different than Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile went for more of a sporty look, but they were still luxury. But Buick was always wood trim and, a more traditional style dashboard, whereas the Oldsmobile had a more dramatically styled, kind of sporty looking dashboard. Same with the Pontiac Bonneville.
Yeah. I love the first generation H-body Bonnevilles. They were awesome.
I would love to find one. Actually, there's an 87 for sale on Marketplace right now that's in really nice shape, but this car's got the LN3 3800, which is considered the pre-series 3800 V6, whereas that 87 Bonneville actually has a 3.8 liter, not 3800 LN3 engine. It was the one that doesn't have the balanced shafts like this one does. And those, I think, had some issues, but they're still good engines. So this is actually the better 3800. This is the original 3800. Difference between the two engines. And 91 was the last year that they made this body style.
That's right. I didn't really care much for the successors. I mean, they were just too common. I mean, I like the Olds 88s and the Bonnevilles, like from the 92 to 99.
Yeah, I would have preferred to have an Olds 88 or a Bonneville, but this car was available, number one. Number two, it was clean as a whistle. There's no rust on this car at all. And it's only got 86,000 original miles, and it was really well taken care of, so I took a chance on it, and I'm very glad I did. This is one of the best cars I've ever owned.
Yeah.
And it shows its age, but it for how old it is, it's in really good shape. If I do say so myself.
Yeah, it's really, you can't kill these 3800s.
No, unless you literally beat the crap out of them, and even then they still go.
Right.
But you got the Series 2 engines that have the upper intake gasket problems. But even those you can't kill. I mean, unless you ignore the gasket problems and you get the chocolate shake in the oil, then you got a real problem. But the LN3 and the Series 1 3800s that were in the early 90s cars, those have aluminum intakes and not plastic intakes, which has less problems with intake gaskets. That was the biggest flaw in the Series 2 engines, where they had the plastic upper intake plenum, which caused, they warp over time, and then the gaskets fail, then you get the chocolate shake. The only problem I have with these LM3 engines is the ignition control modules fail on them, and when they do, the car just stalls out in the middle of the road and it won't restart. And there's no signs, warning signs or anything that that's going to happen because it's an electronic part. It just dies. And that happened to me in Toledo last year, which is why the car was down for 6 months. Also because I was storing it for the winter.
Well, there you go. Do you take it out in the rain or?
I prefer not to, but I just put brand new windshield wipers on it, so yeah, I can take it out in the rain. I'd rather take it in the rain than in the snow.
Yeah.
As long as there's no salt on the road, I will drive this car. So no, I don't mind
Gotcha.
driving in the rain.
Gotcha. Cleveland rocks, folks.
It has a couple of leaks and stuff that I have to fix. The valve cover gaskets leak oil. It needs a new oil pan gasket. It needs a transmission pan gasket and transmission cooler lines. But I'm going to get all that fixed within the next month or two. Just waiting for my tax refund check.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
And like the tachometer doesn't work. I don't know why. It's always been wonky like that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is actually an upgraded gauge package for this car. They usually just had a sweep speedometer.
I know. Yeah, I noticed that. I think Robbie's has just the speedometer on it.
Yeah, most of the LeSabres that you'll find have that. This is actually a pretty rare.
Now, he is a limited, correct?
Yeah, he has a limited, just like
Awesome.
mine. But the sports cluster is really rare. And apparently these tachometers were always wonky, which is why people didn't get them. You know, on the radio, the display doesn't work, as you can see it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, see?
Oh, you have to beat the crap out of it. Oh, check it out! Look at that caddy for sale.
Yeah, North Star DeVille. Nice car.
Yeah, I wonder. It looks like it survived the. It's like a head gasket hasn't taken a crap on it.
Yeah, I don't trust those first generation North Star engines.
I almost bought one. Oh gosh, it was like 2017. It was the Concorde with it. I put in the Lay's motors, but then everybody talked me out of it. Like, don't buy it. You're gonna buy a problem with that piece of crap.
Yeah, no, those have intake stud problems. They use two different types of metals, and when the intake gets hot, the stud will separate and cause a head gasket failure.
Yeah.
I had a 99 DeVille that I bought and sold, and that happened when the guy bought it from me. About 2 days later, he brings it back to me and says, well, this had a blown head gasket on it. And I said, not when it left my property, it didn't. It failed on you, not on me. Buyer beware. You know, caveat emptor.
Yeah.
But the second gen North Star